Reserves Moment with Natalie Hawkins, mother of Olympian gold medalist Gabby Douglas. What does a reserved woman mean to you?
When I think about a reserved woman, my first thoughts are somebody who conducts themselves with a lot of class, with a lot of integrity.
Yes.
Someone who is a fighter, who strives, but in the striving, they look to help others and lift others up, and and not tear others down.
Yes.
So that's what I think about when I think about it.
And what was your journey like to becoming a reserved woman? Because it's not something that you just wake up and right. It takes some hardships, and so tell me a little bit about that.
I also think a reserved woman is. I think about we've had our fair share of controversy, and it's really easy when someone's attacking. You want to defend, right?
Yes.
You want to defend yourself. You want to defend your kids. And
Yes.
I'm a very protective mom.
Yes.
And so I think also part of being a reserved woman is knowing when to respond and how to respond. And so like with some of the controversy we went through, I chose not to respond because I think part of integrity and being honorable and showing that example before your children and even other people that are looking at you is to show that I know how to conduct myself in the situation, and I'm not going to respond to that negativity.
Right, and stoop down to your level.
I choose not to take part in that. I choose to focus on the positive. I choose to focus on the blessing. And so basically that's my version of turning the other cheek.
Yeah.
You don't get any attention.
But and how I mean, of course, like you said, everything is 20 times more than you even imagined. And with the fame and people, I mean, because to be honest with you, everyone loves Gabby, but at the same time there's also crazy people and there's also haters, and there's also a very difficult side to the fame and the fortune and all of this. How do you stay grounded, and what is it that keeps you grounded and to not get caught up in the hype and to not get caught up in it all?
I think for us, we love humor. We laugh a lot in our family. And so when we hear things that are negative, or I see things on the internet, or someone comes to me and tells me something that they saw, we laugh it off. We make jokes about it ourselves, because I think at the end of the day, you can't let anybody else define you, and you can't allow those things to redefine you. And so for me, it is definitely remembering who we were before all of this.
Before it all happened, right.
And remaining the same people that we are, so that we can be a blessing to others. Because if you get so high-minded and we're celebrities now, y'all gonna do this to me because I'm owed this,
right.
I'm entitled, you lose sight of what all of the blessings came to you for. And for us, yes, so that our lives change, and yes, life is really beautiful for us now, but it also allows us to share that beautifulness with others who are struggling and who need help as well. So I think that's what keeps us grounded.
Yes.
We look at how we can be a blessing in someone else's life, instead of looking at what can others do for you.
Right. Yes. So beautiful.
But I tell you right now, she is doing something she's never done before, Al. She is competing in the Olympic trials, and no matter how experienced, you never know how it's going to feel until right now.
Gabrielle sent me a text message and said, "Mom, I need a pep talk." And I told her, "You can do this."
We were talking earlier, and we talked about how before the Olympics, Gabby was very tempted to give up and to quit. What advice would you give to young ladies who are in the same position that she was, who are trying to make their dreams happen, but they don't yet see the fruit of the sacrifices and the hard work and the practice, whatever field they're in? What advice would you give to them?
I would say that's what perseverance is all about. You will never know what's at the end of the road if you quit before you get there.
Yes.
And so you miss out on so much along the way. There's so many life lessons that we learned along the way that we wouldn't have learned had we have quit and given up. So my advice and my suggestion would be to never quit, never give up fighting, because in the end, that you can say, I gave it my all, just like I told my daughter, and you don't have any regrets. And I have regrets, I'm an adult, and I lived a nice part of my life out, and so for me, I wanted to have that message for my kids, and if I could share that with other children and other teens and young people, I would say, don't ever quit and give up. Always strive for greatness, and don't be afraid to be great.
Thank you so much.
Because there's no greater joy than for a parent to see their child reach their dream. I've raised an Olympian. Wow. That's a powerful statement right there.
More on Reserved, visit us on IamReserved.com or like us on Facebook at Reserved TV. Stay connected.